what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
Their first game of this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. Kerri Einarson versus Tabitha Peterson. Basically a rematch of a game that happened yesterday. My name is Matt Hames, and I'm joined here by my co-commentator, Sean Joyce. Hey, Sean, how are you?
I'm doing all right. It's a quick turnaround for the announcers, too. I had the game that ran late this morning, so we're a little bit behind schedule as we get started here in the semifinals. And you alluded to the game last night. With these two teams played last night, the final draw of the round robin. Both teams went in with 3-0 records, so it was to determine who was going to have last rock here in this semifinal as well. And I was just checking the line scores before we went on. It looks like it was a great game. It went back and forth, and it was Einarson with last rock coming home, able to pick up a single point in the win.
Yeah, just again, just kind of controlled the game for most of the game, it looked like. It's like we're going to have a wide open end to just start here. Peterson team throwing it into the rings, and Einarson wasting no time hitting it. Not even a contemplation about throwing a corner guard.
Sorry, Matt, did you say you had a chance to watch one of Einarson's games earlier in the event?
I did, yeah. One of the first games.
Because I didn't, and I'm just curious. Shannon Burchard's not out there.
Yeah, she's not.
Was she playing earlier?
She was, yeah.
Okay. I wonder if they're traveling with the 5-person roster and rotating in through the front end just to keep everybody sharp. And I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
We do know that Shannon Burchard had some issues with the knee last year, didn't get to play a lot. I actually was doing an event. It was in November, I think. It was her first one back out of Swift Current, and she started the event and didn't finish. That was when they determined the knee was still not ready to go.
Yeah, just get the early season. You know, these players are such great athletes compared to back when I played. You know, these guys, they are in great shape, but there's still a little bit of creakiness in it, in the bones. They're not in game. They've been throwing a lot of rocks. They've been working out, but they're not in game shape. So that'll come.
Jerry, every once in a while, proves that he's listening to us. He just popped into the chat and mentioned Shannon has been playing all weekend. They have all 5 players in Edmonton. This is the one thing I haven't seen yet this weekend in all of the games that I played. This is the first open first end that I've seen.
Yeah, you don't see it too often. Usually what you see is someone throws it into the rings and a corner guard goes up and we're into it right away.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Einarson team talked about this and just decided if it was going to be right on the tee line. Let's hit it and see what she does.
Could be part of the consideration as well when you're traveling with 5. So they've got all 5 players here. They've probably subbed a little bit back and forth. So and it's only been 4 games, so
yeah,
you maybe got a player out there that's only played once or twice and just get one solid end.
Yeah, it's not awesome. This kind of an end is not awesome for the fans or the commentators, but it's really, really great for the players. Like this is the kind of end where you just kind of ease into the game, and it's great, right? You just kind of build into the game by just having a simple first end.
Also didn't see the quarterfinal I didn't feature either one of these two teams. Don't know what kind of game they had in the semifinal. Maybe they mentally needed a break.
That's fair too. Sunday at a Bonspiel, the semis is often the break.
They both scored 8 in their last game. Einarson was an 8-2 winner. Peterson was an 8-4 winner, but they did have to play 8 ends.
Yeah. There's no desire here for a corner guard just going straight into the rings. You got it open this far, you might as well keep it, right, John?
Yeah, you got to play this into the rings. You don't want to get forced here in the first end very bad. You know that if later on in the end for sure they just come around it and get the force, you're happy to blank. You've got last rock. Play the odd even end game. You can have last rock and the even ends right away.
Yeah. Do you think anybody thinks about that? Do you think they thought about that and said, if Peterson throws it in the rings, let's just try to blank it so we have the hammer? We get one more hammer then.
You know, they wouldn't have thought about it any different than they would any other weekend. I mean, that might just be part of their game plan. If we get a chance to blank the first and keep last rock into the second, we're going to do that. There are probably some teams out there that play that way. It certainly hasn't looked like it this weekend, but from the first end, you know, it used to be, I think I'm a little older than you, Maddie, but it used to be when we started talking about and thinking about when we wanted to have that last rock advantage in the even ends in an 8-end game, we'd start thinking about it in 6. Nowadays, these teams are thinking about it in the first end.
Yeah.
Odd and even end makes a difference, and it makes a difference in the way you call the game.
Yeah, you're right. We started thinking about it around 5 or 6 just to see, but also a lot of times the score would dictate it more so. But yeah, they're thinking about it right away now.
Yeah,
because everyone's so good. Conditions are so good.
The call you'll see in the first, third, and fifth end isn't necessarily the same call you'd see in the second, fourth, and sixth.
Yeah. Looking for just a little bit of a roll on. Normal weight hit. Just try to roll to the center.
Yeah, just needs that little bit of roll to make sure she's in the rings. I don't think.
Yeah, they're sweeping to just keep it.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
I was going to say, I don't think Kerri would ever go around it if you nose hit it, but
I don't think so either, honestly.
You don't want to find out you were wrong, so you make sure you roll into the rings.
You never know, especially you got to follow a lefty if she hooks it around there, and you're like, oh. Nice shot. She doesn't at this point care whether she knows that it rolls to the center. You think?
Probably would like to stay somewhere on the outside just because that makes it easier to stay on the wings for the last one. The only thing that you maybe have going for you, and I don't know how much these players think about it as an announcer, because I've heard the stats, I think about it, but I don't know how much you can let that affect your play on the ice. There are stats that show, and I know these stats have started to be compiled since you started to use the Marco hacks, which are kind of designed to go straight down to the other end. There are stats that show as soon as you have to put the broom outside the edge of the 8-foot, there is a significant drop, even at this top level, in the accuracy.
Yeah.
So not that you're expecting a miss, not that you're ever expecting a miss, but you'd hope for something. Maybe see it there. She maybe didn't get all the way out to the broom when that was out that wide.
I wonder if maybe that was a weight. It looked a little quiet.
It was quiet. Besides, they probably didn't throw out quite that wide in practice either. No draw to the button for hammer here, but a lot of these teams, and I think to their credit, you go through the whole year, you're playing so much of that draw to the button for hammer before the game, and then when they get into a game like this where that's not part of it, you don't have to draw to the button. It was predetermined because of the finish. They do not. A lot of teams do not like to alter their practice. Do not change my routine before the game.
Right, yeah.
So everything is geared towards going to the middle, and when you get out that wide, maybe isn't broken in quite the same, and the weight came off.
Well, she's switching the side here, drawn to the other side. Based on this ice, it's not going to be quite as wide.
No, she'd like to keep this in the 8-foot somewhere so that if it's a nose hit, she doesn't have to go as wide to play the blank.
Right. Looks like she put it right where you suggested she put it here. Right in the middle of the 8-foot.
Now, if you want to make it tricky, you try to roll to the outside a bit, but you don't want to roll out and just give her a throw through for the blank either.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a combination of just make sure that your weight is in control so they can sweep it and make this rock go away and make Kerri make her last. Last rock of the first end for Tabitha Peterson. Just a nose hit, maybe a little roll to the outside if they're feeling good about it. Or just a straight nose hit. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
So Kerri Einarson has last rock based on the standings in the pool play. So she's about to throw that last rock here in the first end, trying to peel this and make it go away.
First event of the season for the announcers too.
Yeah. Yep. Not at my best. I could use a little bit more ice on that.
There's too many syllables. We need Smith versus Jones. That's easy. We can do that in September.
Well, a nice half a rock peel there in the first end of the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. It is a blank end to start, and we will see you right after these messages.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Welcome back to the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. Kerri Einarson versus Tabitha Peterson. It's a rematch of a game last night. And my name is Matt Hames, and I'm joined here by Sean Joyce. It was a kind of a boring first end, but they're just kind of seeing what things are going, and looks like we're going in the rings again. But just because we don't want to be bored, Kerri's going to throw a guard for us, which is awesome.
A little bit of feeling each other out. We talked a little bit in the first end about the fact that Shannon Burchard was out there in this game. They have traveled here to Edmonton with all 5 players. not traveling for all of them. I think Val lives in Edmonton.
Yeah.
But had a couple of comments in our production chat that they think they might be alternating games, and I went back during the commercial break, checked the quarterfinal this morning. Shannon was playing in the game this morning, so again, that could be another factor in. You want to play an open end because there's 7 players on the ice that already played one game today, but Kristen Karwacki, this was her first chance to get on the ice, so maybe you play an open end and make sure that everybody's got their legs under them, and then away you go. Back to Shannon Bouchard, though, it just makes you wonder. She had knee trouble last year, and it looks like maybe she's only playing every second game here. Dare we say, has load management made its way into curling?
Yeah. Well, that's the idea of a 5-man team, right? Or a 5-person team is load management.
Well, at least early in the season, yeah. Traditionally, the issue with a 5-person team and load management had more to do with workload management because everybody's got a job as well. But Shannon did have a significant knee injury last year. I don't know the specific nature of it. I know it was the knee. I'd heard that much, but I do remember seeing her start an event in Swift Current when she thought she was healthy, wasn't able to finish, and didn't play again for the rest of the season. So they are likely opting to be careful with it this year.
Little bit of a miss here for the Peterson team coming into the rings, giving an opportunity here for quiet weight hit and roll. Key is here to hold your shooter. That's the most important part.
Yeah, even if it's not on the rings, to have a double corner on that side, but it might spin in.
I think that's spun in. Based on their reaction, that is definitely in.
They do look pretty happy about it.
Yeah. All the reactions suggest that is definitely in.
Peterson looking at the double on the yellows over the top. Might be able to roll the shooter back to the center line with this.
Yeah, it's going to have to be over the top. Might still leave the back yellow or the first yellow. Be tough to get it over the top and get it out of the rings.
Well,
still leave the point guard.
Well, you could make the over the top double on the yellows. And what I'm not sure about is whether or not you keep your red. If everything rolls out of play, it's not helping you a lot either. She's going to totally miss the second one anyway.
Yeah, there aren't too many other options here other than nose this back one. You could think about splitting the rings, but I'm not sure. You'd be shot and third.
It's early enough in the end. You could guard that again too. You know she's going to try to peel it again. I mean, if she makes the peel, you're looking at a blank. But you make this, she's going to get one good chance at a double.
Yeah. Yeah, try to nose this.
You got to stay first.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fine. Well, they're definitely working it. I think the quiet weight helped it a lot there. Good weight control.
Yeah. If you knew you could get that little roll and stay there, you'd have played it because it now makes the double really tough. It's a thin slash.
It's pretty thin slash. They're looking at the hit and roll inside. Really nice control weight they're throwing here. Really gives them an opportunity to sweep both sides. This looks really close.
That's pretty good there. I mean, you would like to get a little bit more behind, but you don't ever want to be dead behind because the whole point of trying that roll behind is you're hoping to make Kerri Einarson play the run back. Well, if you dead in behind and she absolutely nuts the run back, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
She can see enough of it to get at it directly right now. You needed just a couple of inches more roll would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Still pretty good. This is a tougher shot.
It's great. Yeah. Looking to roll out to the wing again a little bit.
Right back to the same spot would be good, but it's got to stay.
Looks perfect. Really good weight control again. See if you can get this right underneath. If you get it right underneath and they run it back, then at least their shooter won't be on the rings.
Yeah, true. It'll just be a guard, and they are getting closer together as this creeps up higher in the rings.
Yeah.
They won't be happy with that because Einarson now probably has the chance. Well, she's going to try to keep it out there. I thought she might play the long roll all the way across.
Yeah, I did too.
And then there's no chance for the double.
I thought she would take a run at this. I think this is getting to the point where I wonder if a nose hit here, they take a run at the double. It's a lot of risk, but they're a lot closer together. Gonna stay.
That's again, if you knew you were going to stay in the rings,
right?
That's a great roll because that takes that whole double you were just talking about off the table. Yeah. It's just too tough.
No double anymore. No, and just going super wide into the weeds, into a place that we haven't really seen a rock yet. So a little bit more pebble. This might curl a bit on him.
I didn't see them have a real solid discussion about this, and I'm just looking at it. Maybe they should have. You could still play to get that roll into half behind, but you're also in a spot now with where that rock stopped. If you nose hit this, you'd still be shot rock, and Kerri Einarson would have to roll in to be in the rings.
Yeah.
And then you might have a better shot at the double.
Right.
So you really have to pick one or the other. You can't be in between here. They're playing the roll.
Definitely going for the roll. I think the broom or the curl just dictated that.
Way too far.
It's not bad.
Well, but it by rolling to that side of the yellow, for sure, Kerri can roll away.
Yeah, right.
There won't be any kind of an easy double. It'll be a slash double. You might have to try it anyway.
You might have to try it, or else if Kerri can roll just to the other side of the center line here,
you might try to roll back.
Yeah, you might try to roll back, or you got to try the slash. And you're already giving up 2. If she can make the roll to Val's left to Val's right foot, you're probably giving up 2.
Yeah.
So you might as well take on the slash.
Yeah, I mean, these teams are good enough. You don't expect to completely miss a rock when you're playing a slash, so you give it a shot. If you happen to catch the second one on the way by, you get back to the blank.
Yeah.
She's got to roll first. If she nose hits it, the double is a lot more makeable.
Yeah, the double's a lot more makeable.
If you wanted to play aggressively, if she nose hits it, the roll behind the yellows
could get a force.
Fairly routine too.
This is curling.
If you roll behind the yellow, the freeze is an option as well.
Yeah, Does she take on the freeze in the first end?
Well, that's the second end, but I don't know. The fact that the guard's kind of in the way is the only reason that I'd look at it. Like if you get 3/4 freeze, she can't get at it from the out turn side.
Yeah.
They were prepared to play the double if they had a shot at it, so they're looking at that anyway. Now, the tricky part about these ones, these straight back doubles always look, in my opinion, they look easier than they are. You're a sliver on the high side, you jam it. You're a sliver on the low side, it goes by. Like you need a lot of precision on these straight back ones. They look easy because it looks like, just a nose hit and it's got a piece, but that's the thing. It's got to be exactly a nose hit.
Yeah.
A little bit one way or the other, and you don't get what you're looking for.
Looks a little bit wide.
They're trying to get it over the top now.
Yeah.
Drives it harmlessly by, and it'll be a chance to draw for 2.
Yeah, draw for 2. So the whole blank the first end pays off. Very deliberate about that ice call. I like
Yeah, well, what I have to think, and I don't remember back to the practice, I wasn't paying enough attention, but when you look at it that long, I think she's thinking, okay, we play the broom on this side. If I'm heavy, we use ours for backing. If I'm not heavy, we don't need the backing. But she was on the other side of the sheet first, which tends to make me think that was the side of the sheet that they played to draw to the button. So your natural thought is, we played practice on this side, we'll play it. But it's the second end. Conditions are a little different. Now you play this path where you might have some backing. And what I do like about this, you see teams all the time, they play the backing, but they don't tighten up the broom.
Yeah.
You want the broom in a spot where if you're heavy, you'll come to the back one. If you're not heavy, you don't need the backing.
She looks like she needs the backing.
When she's not at it yet, there it goes.
Solid deuce for the Kerri Einarson team here in the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. And after these messages, we'll be back for end number 3.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular.
And I'll have the rip berry. But can I get vanilla oat milk? And I'll
Nice, or maybe too positive on the release, because she was, if she doesn't touch it, she's through the house.
Yeah, we didn't see the release, but that's probably what it was, right? Positive. Wow, positive release.
One of a kind.
Well, give kick.
I thought her broom placement was pretty good for that. I do like that. Teams make that mistake all the time. But with that, of course, big draws, like heavy. You're going to get to that. Got to tighten up the broom. And if you don't leave back, it doesn't matter. Snap her key in. Could be playing the delayed corner too. We saw that a lot last year.
Yeah.
You hit the first one and then throw the corner guard. So you've already dealt with one in the middle. You never have to worry about a guard.
Welcome back to the semifinal of the Saville Shootout between Kerri Einarson and Tabitha Peterson. My name is Matt Hames. I'm joined here by Sean Joyce. Sean, that was a pretty routine deuce for Einarson in that end.
Yeah, got a second one into the rings early, and then it was just an exchange of stones. The Peterson team really never, they got one chance at the double and just pushed it across the top.
Here we go. We have the first rock was in the rings and Peterson hit it. Kerri Einarson hit it back, and now we have a guard. It's the delayed corner guard, right?
Yeah, saw this. I guess it's been around for a couple of years, but I saw a lot more teams playing it last year. It's just one of those things that with the 5-rock free guard zone, you start to let too many rocks pile up in the middle while you're setting up your corner, and it takes too long to deal with the center later on. So what they do, if the first one comes in, you hit it, and you know that no matter what happens with the next shot, you're throwing your corner guard with the lead second stone. This is the 5th stone of the end. Even if Kerri Einarson makes a good guard here, you can start peeling after this.
Yeah. It's not the most ideal spot for a corner guard. Kind of takes away the in-turn draw, and it's drawing too much of the forefoot. It's not quite a corner guard.
Yeah, I would have liked it a little bit wider.
Yeah. It's those little things. It's just those little things that end up controlling an end. where your corner guard's not quite far enough out. Takes away the entire side of that sheet for later. Going to chase it.
Yeah, that rock just wouldn't stop. And
yeah, just
these are half anyway.
Yeah, just half roll to the ring, roll to the wings. Nice release. Good control weight. Good weight control, I should say. Not control weight. Good weight control. Seeing that so much more now.
And
so consistent with the weights.
Well, she'll be happy with that. It's just as I'm watching that rock go down, I'm thinking, it's interesting. I don't know this team well enough to know, with Tabitha Peterson and Tara Peterson. If it was a men's team, you'd assume they were sisters, but I guess it's possible they could be sister-in-laws too.
Right, yeah, they could be.
And I don't know. So somebody will probably pop into the chat and let us know.
I think they just got a little trick there by the finish that they anticipated. I think they were anticipating a little bit more finish because I don't think she overthrew that. I think they were just anticipating maybe just tightening up a little bit in terms of the amount of curl later in the bonspiel.
Yeah, you do see that from time to time. They condition the stones before the event starts, but full set of draws Friday and Saturday, and it's a lot of games on the rocks. They're still curling plenty.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But it can be subtly different this far into an event.
I was seeing that kind of weight Friday and Saturday curling a bit more than that particular one.
It could also be that particular spot in this particular sheet.
Yeah.
When I'm announcing, I have to admit I don't always know what sheet we're on because from the camera view, everything looks the same. So if there's a particular spot on a particular sheet, I don't always remember it from one game to the next.
Yeah, I hear you. That's probably more like
could be.
It's possible that this is sheet 3.
That I could look up, but
yeah. Just trying to cap this right here. Throw a center guard halfway, right in front. You know it's going to curl.
And it is sheet 3. If that helps you at all, I just don't remember whether I've done any other games on sheet 3.
Yeah, it was on the higher numbers the whole time, 6s and 7s, and on the other side.
Definitely, if you're only going to cover a piece of this yellow, you got to get to the inside of it.
Yeah,
that's what we call a
sure
really
they're going to be happy with that.
Tight guard, almost biting the 8-foot.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely a double there. You might be able to get all 3 of them moving. It's more important to get the 2 in front of the tee line.
Yeah, I think so.
That rock behind your guard, behind the tee line, that's something you actually could freeze to later on.
Yeah, that's not hurting you. That's helping you. No set double here. We're on it the whole way.
Yeah,
she's going to jam.
She gets away with it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Jammed a little bit, left it in the rings, but it leaves a pocket behind the tee line, kind of behind the corner. And where her shooter rolled, it's tough now for Kerri Einarson to do anything with it because of those.
I don't think she can. Yeah, I don't think she can remove that. So I think that the conversation here is: do you come around everything, in turn or out turn, or out turn or in turn? Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could pick it, but that doesn't really help you.
No, and it's tough. I mean, there's